Hello everyone, my name is Espik23 here for a KTaNE module tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to be looking at the Hyperlink module. The Hyperlink module is very interesting and quite unique. So what it does is you're giving the video link to a YouTube video, which has a voiceover line from one of the cards from Models Against Humanity. So what we need to do is find out what card that refers to by getting the characters for the hyperlink to the YouTube video. But all the characters to the link are encrypted in different alphabets or different encryption systems. Let's start with this one. So this module, the character that we're going to be looking for, the first character, is encrypted like this around this box. And the encryption methods are all found right here. And they have links to go with them to their, how should I say this, the kind of like the alphabets where you can find what means what. Kind of like a reference guide. We can click these arrows up here to go through all the different characters. And there's always going to be 11 of them. Go back to the start. And they're all in different encryption systems. These lights right here, I'm going to quickly mention them. They are red, green, and blue. The blue one is not present. If you see this one where it is present. And they're always in 3 different intensities, which are Foxtrot 8 and 0, relative to their hex color code. And they represent the color of the box. So in this case, if you can't recognize the encryption method by what it actually looks like, you can use the color of the border. And they're also correspondent right here. So we're going to start with this one. This module does not require ESWork. So this right here is written in Boozleglyphs. If we open this, as you can see, we're taken to the manual page for Bamboozled again. Now I'm thinking, what do we use here? Well, the hyperlink has these exceptions and notes, and there are a few of these. One of the more important ones is that all fonts have the colors inverted, so white shows up as black and black shows up as white. As you can see in the manual here for Bamboozled again, all of these are, I can't really highlight this, are given kind of, are filled in black, but on the module they're filled in white. Numeric characters spelled in English. Basically what this means is that if you had a 1, the module would spell it like this. Or if you had 5, it would spell it like this. Non-numeric characters are underline and dash, which underscore and dash. As you can see, here is the case for Boozleglyphs. We use set A right here. There we go. There are 4 more exceptions for each of the different encryption methods for exceptions. As you can see right here, Models Against Humanity, if you click this, if you don't know the cards, actually leads you to the cheat sheet for Models Against Humanity. And this bottom section right here tells you that this cheat sheet doesn't have the cards for laundry or rotary phone. Although I think that's not too hard to update. And, what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, this will also use the NATO phonetic alphabet, which I believe clicks to a Wikipedia link? No, it doesn't. It leads to this. So if you don't even know your NATO, which is it's pretty easy to learn NATO, and a lot of the community uses it, so feel free to learn it. But those are going to represent the capital letters. So if it's spelled in NATO on the module, it represents a capital letter, and if it's only one letter, then it represents a lowercase letter. So let's start with this first character. What is this? This is, if I can find it, it's right here. This is Mike. So next we're going to check, this is India, so it spells out the word Mike, so the first character is a capital Mike. Alright, next, this is Zoni, and we can right click this. You can't control click to open a new tab because this happens. I don't really like that, but so I have to right click and then click open a new tab if I want to do that. So this is Zulu. And that's uniform, so it's going to spell out the word Zulu. So the second character is a capital Zulu. Next, we have, this is tap code, I'm pretty sure. Tap code, as you can see, we have the manual for Uber module. The reason is just because this Uber module's version of tap code has a different special character for K. Normally, in regular tap code, K and C are both represented by 1-3. But in this case, K is 6-6. So tap code, we have 4-5, which is uniform, 3-3, which is November, and 1-4 is Delta, 1-5 is Echo, so this is going to spell underline. And we write an underscore right there. Oops. Next we have this, which is OggCam, and that's actually found down here. OggCam will always start with and end with these brackets right here. This first character looks like it's 4, and that, I believe, is November right here. Then India is this, and then November, so this is going to be 9. Up here, this is Sync 1253. Now about Sync 1253 is, in the actual module, it will show the character that makes the sound followed by the vowel. One thing about this module though is it only concerns itself with the actual letters, so I'm pretty sure it will always be from this column and this row. Some of these will have sound modifiers, which basically means use the one in parentheses. So this is right here, and that's going to be Foxtrot. It would be a lowercase Foxtrot since that's the only character on the module. Next we have, what's this called again? Def Semaphore Telegraph, which is right here. Whoops. Yeah, clicking on this zooms it in. I didn't realize that. And I believe that is Yankee right here. That'll be a lowercase Yankee. Next we have cube symbols. Cube symbols. By the way, if you don't recognize this, once again use the colors, but I've played enough modules where I do know this. And cube symbols, it's found all the way down here. If you may have noticed, this right here, and this right here as well, aren't actually found in this manual. I don't know what the font is, but this is the remaining symbols that aren't found in the cube manual. And the symbols for Tango and Zulu are actually found in reverse Morse. Regardless, this is Meteor, which is November, and then Checkmark, which is Oscar, and this should be Victor. Yep, so this is going to be a capital November. Then we have Binary, and Binary refers to the alphabetic position. So Alpha is 1, Bravo is 2. So in this case, Binary 00110 is 6, which is Foxtrot. 0111 is 15, which is Oscar. So this is going to spell out Foxtrot, so we have capital Foxtrot. Then we have Wingdings 3. That actually kind of looks too similar. The reason why I know it's Wingdings 3 and not this, because first of all, alphabetic position doesn't use a down arrow. But because this hex is 0, there's some red here, which means it has to be Wingdings 3. So what you'll know about Webdings, Wingdings, Wingdings 2, and Wingdings 3 is they lead you to this site right here called fonts.com. And I was messing with this earlier. And although everything is listed out right here, it's hard to actually tell what letter is where. So what I like to do is I'll make sure caps lock is on and spell out the alphabet until I find a symbol that corresponds to what's on the module. Oh, there it is. And that is Kilo. So this is a lowercase Kilo. Next we have Standard Galactic Alphabet. I'm pretty sure... Oh yeah, this leads you to this site right here, even though it probably could lead you to Odd One Out or Minecraft Cypher now that those two modules are out. Let's see, the first one... Oh, by the way, this end sentence with this doesn't mean anything. Where is this one? This is... I don't think that's Sierra. It might be. What is it? Okay, it is Sierra. If you're confused about one letter, you can look at the rest of the letters to figure it out. Because I knew that this was I, and then E, and then 2 I's. Okay. And last we have Elder Futhark, which is the Elder Runes. Elder Futhark also has an exception, because if you look at its manual page, the same runes can refer to the same letters. Like, Kenaz can refer to Charlie, Quebec, and Kilo, so that in the wrong order. And Wunjo can refer to Victor or Whiskey. So, it says down here... Oh, by the way, there's another exception for sync right there. So this is what Elder Futhark looks like for the exceptions. Otherwise, Vector, which is not listed here, is Wunzo. I'm pretty sure we don't have that. Let me check. This is Iwas, which is Yankee, and then Ansus, which is Alpha, so this is going to be a capital Yankee. At this point, now we have our hyperlink. So, this button right here is advanced to the next stage in the module. Make sure, do not press this until you have all your characters. So now, what we have here is a screen consisting of the icons for some modern modules. It always starts at memory, and it will keep going right in alphabetical order, and then left backwards in alphabetical order to all cards, or all modules that have a Modules Against Humanity card with it. So, to get the YouTube video, I'm going to open a new tab. And we're going to, first of all, it tells you to use this right here. I'm going to copy that to the first part. And this right here, unknown whatever, it's always going to be unknown something. That means you've basically got it right. And if we open this,
push the button. Galvanize.
Alright. Push the button, galvanize. I do know what that is, that's square button, but if you don't know, you can go check right here. Push these. Oh, it didn't say, let me check again actually. It did not say square button, did it? I didn't realize that the button was similar.
Push the button. Galvanize.
Yeah, it did not say square button. I would have gotten that wrong. So it is the button, and I believe this module, in alphabetical order, the modules that with the are placed in the Tango section. So we're going to go all the way over here. Where is it? There it is. You have the button, and press this to submit. And that is a solved module. So that did take a while. It's heavily interactive for the first part, unless if you can figure out your encryptions quickly, but this module does take a while. And honestly, once you have the link, then it isn't that hard to get to an answer. Now, one thing I want to mention is this button right here. If you click on it and you don't know the link, I can't get back. If I were to press this button all the way over here, as you can see, adventure game, adjacent letters, 3D maze, word scramble. So yeah, there's no way to get back unless if I press this button, and unless that were correct, by some miraculous reason, it would have solved it, but otherwise I get a strike. The actual character doesn't change for the whole module. We're going to do this again. So let's look at this one. This is also in zoning. Let's go here. And that is Sierra, so lowercase Sierra. This is Lombax. Let's go to here. Where is it? There it is. And, where is it? And that is Echo, and then Charlie, and then Hotel. So we have capital Echo. Boozler glyphs again. Where is it? So first letter. This is the hardest part about doing Boozler glyph modules, finding it. Alright, this is uniform. Make sure it's not underlined. Okay, it is actually uniform, so capital uniform. Maritime flags. And this is the one that I do not like. Maritime flags is very finicky with how it displays the flags. Where is it? So there's an exception here. The maritime flags are not colored. However, white stays as white and black stays as black. But I stated above and wrote it on the module. I've ran into a few situations where sometimes the flag can look ambiguous. Like, for example, one flag I thought was hotel was actually kilo, and since it was only that, I actually couldn't figure it out. But fortunately, we got a NATO sentence, or just the word, so we can figure it out based on the rest of the flags. So, I believe, if you look right here, on this section, this is all black, which means it will probably correspond to white. That's Foxtrot. This one with the circle, there's only one with the circle, it's India. And this will be Victor, so the next character is 5. This is Pigpen. Now, Pigpen uses this encryption. If you can't read this, basically what this character right is refers to the box, or parts of a box, that have this open side in it. So in this case, on this 3x3 grid, the open side of this section is to the left. And you can see this open section right here is to the left. So this will be delta, and then this will be alpha, and this right here is, what is it? Is Sierra, and this, so this is dash, so it's just this. That's the 5th character. And there's no dots in here, but the dots would represent other characters in Pigpen. I don't know what this is. Is this SGA again? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Going back here, single letter, and it looks like golf. So, lowercase golf. This is regular semaphore. A lot of these go to their respective manuals. Refer to KTaNE modules. I believe this one is Mike. There it is. So, lowercase Mike. This is Morse code. Morse code will refer to right here, the vanilla Morse code manual. So dash dash is, yep, it's Mike, and then dot dot is India, kilo, yep, so capital Mike. It's another one of these. Let's see, Wingdings 3. One thing to note is about differentiating between, I can't do that, whoops. Differentiating between these 4 fonts right here. This is, let me actually do them in order. Wingdings 2, Wingdings 3. So here's how Wingdings is pretty easy to identify, as there are most often than not pictures for all the capital letters. I'm gonna spell this out. Hope I didn't miss anything. So as you can see, besides these last one, most of them are pictures with like backgrounds. Wingdings 1 has a lot of smiley faces and hands. It's not American Sign Language, which is also in here. But it also has some other symbols as well. Wingdings 2 has different hands because these hands refer to, are actually kind of filled in with the fingers. Well, these ones don't in some way. And then the rest of these are just boxes. And Wingdings 3, how I recognize it is it has a lot of arrows. I think this one is the most recognizable out of the 4. Actually, out of the 3 Wingdings. Anyway, that's not the point. This is just how I differentiate them. Of course, you can use different methods. So, if we go here, this will be Sierra, and is it Sierra? Oh, by the way, yeah, if you type it in lowercase, it will say different characters. Everything on the module is in uppercase. So this is a capital Sierra. This is Necronomicon, which is all the way down here. These characters in this module of Necro are actually much more spaced out than on the actual Necronomicon module. I don't have any methods for differentiating these because I don't play the module. But I'm pretty sure this is Oscar, and I don't know what this is. This Oscar? No, it's not. It's not Oscar. It's the whiskey? No. What is it? Oh, by the way, even though this this language has numbers, numbers are never going to be shown in the module. Isn't it not November? Okay, it is uniform. Alright, yep, okay, uniform, so capital uniform again. And back to Wingdings, which has the backgrounds, or kind of like, not exactly a background, but more of an image. So, if I do this again, we're looking for a road with a sign on the right. There it is, it's Kilo. There'll be a lowercase kilo for the final character. Alright, so we're gonna have our 11 characters. We're gonna look in here and copy paste that. And we get.
You failed. slot you are.
Well, that is quite obviously silly slots, so let's look for silly slots. Here it is, and submit. Boom. No pun intended because bombs. That's another solved puzzle. So, I just want to quickly go over these. So, alphabetic position refers to down here in alphabetical order. This is quite easy enough. American Sign Language leads you to this image right here. Once again, this says numbers, but numbers aren't used. I actually don't know what these two look like in the module, if they have the arrows or not. Binary. This is the same as the alphabetic position, just in binary. Which are base 2. Those are glyphs we went through. Braille will lead you to this right here. Cube symbols, def symbol for telegraph. 14-segment display. This one is the easiest, as it literally is. It looks very similar to regular Latin letters. I'm not too sure if the 14 actually uses this manual, or uses those symbols. Moon type we haven't gone over yet. Moon type is, you'll just get this image right here. It has very swiggly, like, curved lines. That we went over. Standard. It just is the actual alphabet. SGA, tap code, we went over. Unknown, just another thing right here. And then we went over those. So yeah, that's basically it for this module. Now, the only thing that can go wrong is if, like, for some reason you can't connect to YouTube or something. That would be a problem. So that's one complaint, but in all honesty, at that point, you probably wouldn't be able to play the game, since you need internet connection. Or not, you need it, but most people play the game over the internet. But that's basically how this module works. There's quite a bit to look over. It has a little bit of quirks. But oh, by the way, this flavor text leads to another YouTube link. I'm going to let you guys figure that one for yourself. But that's going to be it for this tutorial, so thank you guys for watching, and as always, keep talking and don't explode.